Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, General Holder, for being here. Sir, money is indeed the lifeblood of terrorism. Without funding, terrorism would be nearly impossible. The 2008 Holy Land Foundation case was the largest terrorism finance case in U.S. history, as you well know. And according to the volumes of case history and evidence available on the website of the Federal Court of the Northern District of Texas, hundreds of U.S.-based persons or entities are listed as unindicted co-conspirators who allegedly funneled millions of dollars to the designated terrorist organization Hamas under the guise of funding a Muslim charity. Now, the sources have told us that the case was the product of 19 years of investigations, consuming thousands of hours, thousands of man-hours of manpower and millions of dollars. But over the past year, the Department of Justice has signaled that it will not further prosecute this case, despite the voluminous evidence that the unindicted co-conspirators are financing terror from within the United States. Chairman Smith of this committee and Chairman King of the Homeland Security Committee are interested, obviously, in learning why this case was dropped. As you well know, you've received correspondence recently from both of them. Now, you've claimed that the career attorneys made the decision to drop the case, but their press reports are saying that prosecutors, FBI agents, and even your own spokesperson at DOJ are telling a different story. They claim that the decision to scuttle the largest terrorism finance case in U.S. history now, spanning 3 administrations, was made not by career attorneys, but instead by senior Obama administration political appointees. Now, the scuttling of this case obviously has outraged the career lawyers, and according to Congressman King, we've just learned that from his office that his letter today was responded to in a completely unresponsive way. It never did speak to the questions that he asked. So I guess I ask you here then today, which individuals, and I hope you'll say their names, which individuals are responsible for scuttling the Holy Land Foundation prosecutions of the unindicted co-conspirators?
Well, the premise of your question is inaccurate. There was no scuttling of the case.
Do you intend to, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened here. This wasn't, I didn't mean to do that. I wasn't yelling at you. The microphone kind of went off on me. Do you intend to prosecute these cases?
The decisions that were made not to prosecute those cases were made initially in the Bush administration, continued in this administration, and I have to take exception.
Let me just, I have to stop you on that. You claim that the decision to drop the case was a continuation of the approach taken by the Bush administration, but that really isn't true. The Bush administration successfully prosecuted the first round of defendants. They aggressively secured convictions on all 108 counts, and the first round didn't conclude until 3 weeks after the election of Barack Obama. Meant essentially the Bush administration just ran out of time. They were pursuing this, and Peter King has said that it's hard to hide behind the deliberations of the Bush administration that predate the successful prosecution of the Holy Land case. So you're obviously not following the Bush administration's path, because they did prosecute, and they got 108 convictions.
But a decision was clearly made in not indicting certain organizations and people in that initial case. That is why they were, as you said, unindicted co-conspirators. But the other thing is that what you say about the concerns by the career prosecutors, that seems very inconsistent with press reports that I have read from the guys who handled that matter. A career prosecutor who said that there was no political pressure brought to bear on anybody in connection with the decision. That was in the Dallas Morning News. I believe that is the newspaper. And I'd be more than glad to get a copy of that article.
I'm sorry the microphone is giving me so much trouble here, but let me just ask you, did you order the case abandoned or not? Did you do that?
No.
Did anyone in your department do that?
No.
Okay. Were you personally involved in any decision to delay any prosecution of the case?
No.
Have you communicated with the White House about the Holy Land Foundation case? Was the White House involved in any sort of issue to try to delay or not to prosecute the case?
No.
Okay. Were any of the unindicted co-conspirators communicating outside the legal process now with the White House or the Department of Justice about the Holy Land Foundation case?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. All right. Well, I think my time is up here, and thank you, General, for coming.